stopped at one of these lookout points. That's the Little Colorado River Gorge. See, got mountains over here. Road runs over there. Walking down here to this viewpoint. I'm still actually 12 miles or so from the canyon itself. This is kind of like just a little side section, but it's pretty impressive as it is, I think. I'll pause this, we'll get back down there. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is not even the Grand Canyon. This is the Little Colorado River Gorge. That's straight ahead, obviously, and that is way down. That's probably 500 or 600 feet down there at least, maybe more. It's hard to judge distances here. Well, this is kind of like just an appetizer here. This is pretty impressive. It's beautiful. I got company coming, so I'm going to pause this. This is the same place I was. I've just moved about a couple hundred yards to the east. You can see the Little Colorado River. That's got to be 1,000 feet down. It's hard to judge. Well, I tell you, this is an amazing place. I mean, this isn't even the canyon yet. Or at least it's not officially the Grand Canyon. But this little part here is beautiful. Whoa. Good thing this rail's here. I don't know how well you can see, but it's right down there, right in the middle of the screen. As you can see, taking off from like 2 to 10 is the Little Colorado River, and it winds its way back into there. Runs over here. You see it winding there, and it winds its way back over into there. God, I love this place. See the mountains there. So you got really tall mountains there, and then the canyons here. And these canyons are just little babies compared to what we're going to be getting into here in a little while. But I think that in their own way, that these are just as beautiful. Well, I'm going to move on down the road. Just a quick shot out my side window. I pulled over to take this. Man, that is just gorgeous. And hopefully you can see the canyons back in there. That is pretty amazing. Let me, hang on. I'm about a half mile west, very near where I was. That's still just that Little Colorado River Canyon. Oh, it surely winds back in there a long way. God, this is beautiful here. I'm approaching the Grand Canyon from the east end. I came up Highway 89 north from Flagstaff and turned west on Highway 64. So it's really tall mountains on this side. Starting to see some of the, it's called the Little Colorado River Gorge. That's what the sign back there said anyway. I'm still some miles from the canyon itself. I'm starting to get to the small parts of it here. Beautiful drive. I just passed a sign that said I'm still 14 miles from the actual canyon. You can see this little Colorado River Gorge down there. This is the second day of that old bridge. Hopefully Hopefully you can see that. This is the second day of my vacation. Grand Canyon today, and then tomorrow on to Vegas to pick my brother up. This is nice. On the other side of the watchtower there is the actual, official little visitors standing place, and there's like 600 people standing there. Man. But you just come on this side and look, there's not hardly a soul around. There's the Colorado River there, and it's down there, and it's flowing. I'm not sure which direction it's flowing actually. I'm still at the extreme east end of the canyon. This is the first major view you come to. And I think this is still the small part. But yeah, it's nice to find this little part here where there's nobody, standing here. They funnel all the visitors into one little area over there, I mean, at least that's where most of them go. So this is much better here. Well, it is only 9:15 in the morning. It's about 80 degrees. It's going to be very hot, so I'm going to go ahead and move on before it starts getting way too hot, because I still got a lot of traveling to do. Now, the watchtower I was is over there, in there. So I'm not that far, a couple miles west. Fortunately, not all of these viewpoints are just, tourist stuffed, I mean, that first one there I went to, my God, there was just tons and tons of people here. Some of these are a little bit more isolated. Well, look at this, isn't this beautiful? Still got a lot to go. You can see the Colorado River right there, and right there. This is the second day of my vacation. After today, I'm going to Vegas to pick up my brother, then we're heading over to California to Sequoia with the giant redwoods, and then up to Kings Canyon and Yosemite, and who knows where we're all going to get to. I've got about 8 more days out here. This is just the start. The sun's falling on this. Hopefully you're getting good views of this. Oh, that's just beautiful. It is 9:30. I got a lot more time out here. Even without the canyon, and I haven't yet reached the canyon, there's behind me, but it's a gorgeous drive just getting to the canyon, driving through the mountains here. I mean, this just in itself is ultra cool. See lots of these little souvenir stands. It's early, most of them aren't set up yet, but they're all over the place here. Native Americans setting up souvenir stands. Trying to get a video here. There's people right there. I'm trying to step over here, but there's not so many people around. See the river down there. I can even see white water on the river, but I'm far enough away that I can't actually see any movement. I'll tell you, the bottom of that has got to be nearly a mile down. all in all, this is probably not the best viewing day. There's a lot of wildfires burning in Arizona, other places, and the air's a bit hazy. Still a nice view, but I would imagine you could see a lot better, you know, if there weren't all the fires burning. I'm still just getting started, really. It's 9:45. I'm heading on. Got one mostly to myself for a moment. There's not a lot of people here. Again, a few miles west, maybe 4 miles west of where I was. You can't really see the river, it's right down there, but you can see it right down there, and I can actually see some, there's the river right there. Still far enough away that it's hard to see any movement. The thing with the Grand Canyon, it's just so big, it's so wide that you really can't, it doesn't even look three-dimensional. It looks like a two-dimensional painting because it's just so far away that you just can't judge distance. You can't get a feeling of distance. It's just too big. Let me see if I can't get over there on those rocks. Found a spot here. This isn't even actually a lookout. Just a little spot where I was able to pull my truck off the side of the road. And canyon just right here. Only get a small little kind of a window of it. But you notice those rocks there are, those ones right there are slanted left to right. It's like they're sliding into the canyon. Now that whole big thing, it's just, you know, a few years, any time, it could just break off and that whole thing will just fall in. It's not really even connected to the wall very much anymore. In fact, that's what all this stuff is. It's just stuff that's breaking off and falling down into the canyon. But I like this spot in that there's nobody else here. I'm the only person in this spot. Oh, I've got an idea. I want to see if I can't get up on those rocks right there. Now I'm in a spot that most people don't go to. Not that hard to get to. The road's about, no, the road is down there. A couple hundred yards, maybe 300 yards and about 100 feet down. But there is nobody up here. Not a soul. There's really only room to pull off for one vehicle. Oh, this is an interesting view here because it's a magnificent view of the canyon. Look at this thing here. But then you can also see just that sea of trees. Just a sea of trees until all of a sudden you come to the canyon and everything just falls. I can see the river right there. Whoa. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is, let me do a 360 here. It's a nice view all the way around. I think this is a very cool view here just because, you know, you've got that sea of trees and then bang, huge canyon, way deep. And it's cool that I am literally the only person here. Most people don't even know this is here. Most people don't want to climb, you know, a couple 100 feet to get to a point. Oh, this is, yeah. I've still got a long way to go too. I'm not even halfway done. I'm probably about a quarter done as far as, you know, driving the length of this thing, the South Rim. So, but I had to come up here. This is just amazing. I'm at another one of those really touristy spots where there's about 10,000 people all gathered around the guardrail, but there's a trail that goes, it's actually supposed to go 3 miles down into the canyon. All I've done is I've walked a couple 100 yards down this trail, and of course I get to a spot where there's nobody here, and it's got a really nice view. You see the Colorado over there. I like these spots where you can get away from just the huge crowds. Let me walk a bit more down this trail. I walked about another 100 yards or so down this trail, which it just kind of zigzags back and forth, I guess down into the bottom there somewhere. I'm not going to go any further down than this right now though, because I still got a lot of, but again, now there's just dozens and dozens and dozens of people up there in the parking area. You know, they're just crowding everywhere, but most of them don't, you know, they don't get past. I've come about 500 yards down this trail and I'm completely alone. I can hear somebody, but it's oh, it's such a nice peaceful place. And I still got a lot more to go. Another little piece here. Not as wide a view. Got trees on both sides, but it's a totally different view than what we've seen before. I don't see the river, although it's got to be down there in that. This one peak here, it sticks way up like a little finger. Let's see if I can get a different perspective. For the moment, I've got this thing to myself, although probably not for long. Surprising, there's just no one else in this little parking spot right now, so I'll enjoy it while I can. Different view from, I've come about 5 miles from that last one where I told you I walked 500 yards down that trail. I'm about 5 miles west of that point. So, just always get a different view here. I'm still not even halfway. I haven't yet made it to Grand Canyon Village, and then the road goes west quite a bit from there, so I've still got a long way to go. Let's get on it. Well, I'm finally at the main entrance by the south rim. I want to go ahead and follow this trail here. I intended to do more like real hiking, but this trail here goes 2 miles to, was it a fire station? I think it's 2.1 miles to the fire station. It's 1.5 to something and then 2.1 to something else. And it's right along, of course, the rim here. So I'm going to go ahead and follow this trail and get a little exercise in, get out of the damn truck. Well, I mean, so it's not exactly hiking. I mean, it's on an asphalt path, but it gets away from the road, gets away from the crowds. And it's 2 miles along the rim here. I see something on that bluff over there. A big black rectangle something. Maybe that's where we're going. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get back in a bit. I just at a neat little spot here. Gorgeous view. It's a good place to stop and get a view. I don't know if you can tell right there on that, I can see a trail that kind of zigzags down from there. I don't know how you get to that trail. Actually, I think I do know. Yeah, I know what trail that is. I passed it back there, and I can see trails down in the valley floor there. Anyway, onward. Just another little point here on the walking path, and that's just a really great view. Got lucky with the weather. It's in the high 70s, and there's clouds, so it's nice and cool. Beautiful breeze. It's very comfortable right now. Another little spot along this path, which for the moment I have all to myself, with again, just an amazing view. Look at this. God, this is just gorgeous. And it is just a perfect day. I mean, the temperature's got to be around 75. It's clouds, it's a nice breeze. It just feels wonderful out here. Couldn't ask for a better day to be out here. Yeah, keep going. Found another great spot along this path, which again I've got all to myself. I'm actually standing out on this little finger of rock sticking out into the canyon. So I'm actually on just a little finger of rock sticking out here. It's kind of scary. You never know when these things are going to fall. But, oh, I've just got an amazing view. I can see a number of paths, hiking trails, and down into that. Boy. Look down there. There's that, yeah, that thing there, that finger of rock sticking up there. That's got to be probably 50 feet high, but it's so far down there. Oh, it's so quiet. Look at this. God, I'm having trouble seeing on the screen. Little cave. See that little cave there? Wonder what's in there. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at a point over there on that rock. See, right now I'm all by myself. I'm standing out here on a little finger of rock, and it's just me. And I can see one over there, and there's got to be 100 people standing over there. Look at that. There's got to be 100 people all piled up there. I don't like being when there's, just huge crowds of people. You can't hardly even turn around, and all the noise and everything. I much rather like it like this. I've got this little thing all to myself. There's nobody near me. It is so cool. I want to keep going down this trail and see where it goes, but I'm just as happy to find a spot where there's not, 100 people standing in a 10-foot square area. Oh, this is gorgeous. And it just, there's a couple parts there where it looks nice and flat, but man, the canyon just gets way, way, way. My God, it's just so deep. Take some pictures and then keep going. I'm coming back this way too. Well, apparently the visitor center is right there. So you've got hundreds and hundreds. Just, my God, there's just huge numbers of people over there. Fortunately, most people don't want to walk more than 50 feet. So most of this, you can get all to yourself. I'd rather be here with the same view that they have pretty much to myself than be surrounded by, my God, look at them. That's just gruesome. You know, no thanks. I'm not even interested in going over there. I don't know if the path ends there or what, but I'm just, well, maybe I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to see if the path goes past that point. But I have no interest in walking out there and standing amidst of hundreds of people, you know, when I can have my own little spot here all to myself. I'm hiking back the other way. I never did go over to that place where there's so many people. I just don't care for huge crowds. It's actually raining very lightly. Well, it's not raining, it's sprinkling. You know what I mean? It's nice and cloudy. It smells like rain. Canyon's right there. But it's overcast, it's cool, it's breezy, and it just feels great. It's a nice day to be out here. Man, it smells like rain. I'm not sure if it's going to rain, other than just the sprinkling it's doing now, but it's odd. I mean, it's just such a strong smell of rain. Yeah, I'm heading back towards my truck. This path, I don't know, it took what, an hour and 15 minutes? Well, I'm not done yet, but altogether it's going to take an hour and 15 minutes or so. But I've still got to, there's still quite a bit that I've got to drive to get to 12:30. Get back to my truck and do some more driving. Just a little thing to tack on to the end of this. By the time I got over by the visitor center, well, man, there was just huge numbers of cars coming in. By the way, it actually started raining on me when I was finishing that little walk there. It didn't rain very long, but that was interesting. Because somebody had said it hadn't rained in 3 months. And I get rained on. But I'm headed back towards Flagstaff. Part of the mountain has caved in. I don't know if you can see that very well, but a good side of the mountain there had fallen away. But when I go over by the visitor center and looked at the map that he gave me when I came in, I realized that there was another section of road that went west from the visitor center that I had intended to drive, but turns out that that's not open to vehicle traffic. That's only for shuttle buses, so I couldn't do that. So seeing the number of cars that were coming in, wow, there was just, you know, huge numbers of cars coming in. Apparently that's the time of day when a lot of them show up. You know, I'd already been there 4 or 5 hours. I decided I'm going to head on out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back, well, through Flagstaff. I'm going to drive down to Sedona, Arizona. Sedona is a little town that went to many years back when one of the times we drove out this way. Beautiful little town, and the drive down there is just beautiful. It's only 30 miles south of Sedona, which I thought it was farther than that. It was pointed out to me that it's only 30 miles, so yeah, I'm going to go back to Sedona, Arizona. It's just a beautiful drive. It's a beautiful town, so since it's only 2 o'clock now, get back to Flagstaff around 3, and I'll take a drive down to Sedona, and then tomorrow head on to Vegas, pick up my brother. We'll stay tomorrow night in Vegas, and then next stop will be the Sequoia National Forest with the giant redwoods. So that's going to be the end of this video, and my next one will be from Sequoia. And I'll see you later.